This woman is saying that people need to accept the fact that she is a trans black woman and she's not getting the operation to change the color of her skin to be accepted by anyone. She also says that transracial black women, like herself, has a more beautiful understanding about blackness than cisracial black women. Her words, not mine.
Transracial black women like myself have a more beautiful understanding of blackness than cisracial black women. And that's what I want to talk about today, especially because of all the propaganda nowadays telling black women to hate themselves. Someone that chooses to present as a black woman every single day, that's incredibly beautiful. One of the most common questions I've been asked is, are you planning on getting any medical procedures to help affirm your transracial identity, like melanin replacement therapy, things like that? And the answer is no. Trans black women are black women, regardless of what our bodies look like. I don't need to change my skin color or my hair or my makeup or any other physical characteristics to prove to you that I am black. Saying that I need to pass as black is actually trans race phobia. It is TERF rhetoric, transracial exclusionary feminism. 1 second. Oh, and by the way, Free Palestine. My Starbucks identifies as Duncan. Inshallah. Shabbat Shalom. All that good stuff. So I do want to educate everyone on what it means to be a black woman trapped inside a white woman's body, trapped inside an Asian woman's body, which is what I personally am, which means I am both trans Asian and trans black. Transracial identities are valid. My pronouns, which are currently ni hao, are valid. All identities are valid. So if you are here to actually listen and learn, you can stay. But do not call me white. I do not identify with my race assigned at birth.
What's going on, y'all? Hey, do y'all see how crazy this sounds? Now, you have people out here. You have women out here. You have some men out here who are crashing out. And this summer, and you know, we've been talking about the WNBA, but this summer has been the summer of the Decepticon movement. You got a lot of women out here that are saying that if a man decides that, hey, I am now a woman, doesn't have to have a surgery, doesn't have to have anything. He's just decided he is that, you have to affirm it. No matter how crazy they look, how crazy they sound, you have to affirm it. Now, my assumption is that this young lady is trolling, but she's actually using your rhetoric against you, because this is exactly what you all say in reference to the Decepticons who think that they are women, or even for those that think that they are men. They can wake up one day and say, hey, I am this and I am that, and you better affirm it. And this is something that has been going on in the schools. This is something that is going on in certain corporations around the country. The people that say that they are the most tolerant, we know that they're the least tolerant. They have been saying that you have to get on board with this, because if you don't get on board with this, it could cost someone their life. That's what we've been told for the better part, at this point now, maybe 4 or 5 years of this craziness. Was this 26? So probably 5 or 6 years now that this thought process, this premise have like really ratcheted up here in the country. So here you have someone that says, hey, I am transracial. Now, I know there are some people out there that would say, well, you can change your gender, but you can't change your race. If you can change your gender, why can't you change anything? The crazy thing is that the same people that will say that you can change your gender but can't change your race, they will also tell you that you could actually change the type of being you are. You can go from being a person to a cat, to a dog. So if you can identify as a cat, a dog, a lion, a giraffe, or whatever other animal that you think you want to identify as, why can't you just identify as whatever race you want to identify as? I mean, to be honest with you, black folk, white folk, Asian folk, Hispanic folks, we're more alike than we are different. So if you can, if you can turn yourself into an animal, why can't you just say, hey, I'm black now, or I'm Asian, or I'm a Latina now? Why can't you do that? Why is that, so disrespectful? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. There are some people that are going to try to explain, but they're not going to do a good job, because this is crazy.
And somehow, in some way, it always come back on black people. I don't even care if you're trying to be funny, satire, whatever. Why are we in this? It's not even about race. But of course, let's do that, because for some reason when it's time to make some connections with another topic, y'all always have to bring black people in it every single time. This isn't funny, bro. This is lame. And the thing is that you could have used any other race, but of course you have to use black people. And of course you got dumb behind black people that's in the comments thinking, oh yes, sister, oh my god, this is so funny, she's making fun of you, you dummy, putting you in a conversation that ain't even about you, that ain't even about race.
Look how offended they are. These are the same people that will tell you that the WNBA is a black queer league. And these women are affirming men who have identified themselves as women playing in their league. On top of that, that's how us men, we look at you all when y'all say, hey, I'm okay with a dude that, tosses a lace front on and he want to go and hoop, swim, play golf, box, UFC against women because he identifies as. Do you guys understand that FloJo, her 100-meter dash world record still stands today? There hasn't been a woman that has beaten that record. But there are high school boys that have beaten that record multitude of times in high school. There have been some middle schoolers that have gotten close. Middle school boys that have gotten pretty daggone close to beating that record. And you have women out here caping for this craziness. But you get this lady out here upset that, she's using the race. And the thing is, she didn't just say black. She said she's a black and Asian. She's trans black and Asian or something along those lines. I don't know. Something crazy like that. But that's what she said.
There's a video going viral on this app, I'm sure you've seen it, of the white woman who's claiming that she's transracial. And I just want to clear up a couple things with...
She's about to come in here and Decepticon explain, because what do you think she identifies as?
A measured, factual, and grounded approach. So first of all, I know this is satire. I know this is not a person who's like genuinely Rachel Dolezal, right, claiming that she's actually transracial or a transracial black woman. I understand this is a joke, and I say that in scare quotes. Just because gender and race are both social constructs doesn't mean that they operate similarly, especially when it comes to interchangeability.
If race is a social construct and gender is a social construct, shouldn't you just be able to choose, wake up and choose? Shouldn't you be able to do that? I mean, these people, they seem like they make the rules up as they go.
Systems of oppression that rely on the social constructs this person is creating satire around, being like race, class, gender, sexuality, ability, to name a few, there's a bunch. Those social constructs are not interchangeable. They interact, they're interlocking, but they are not interchangeable. And clinically speaking, as a person who diagnoses and treats those with gender dysphoria and often writes letters of support and just like works deeply with the trans community, gender dysphoria is a clinical diagnosis that is well established, and if this is not treated, it is something that can be life-threatening. Gender dysphoria is a legitimate clinical diagnosis that has decades of research behind it, experience, like specialized professionals of all different kinds of expertises and professions. Like, we've got endocrinologists up in here, we've got psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists like myself, social workers, case managers, surgeons, right? Like ENTs. I mean, we have so many professionals that have dedicated so much of their lives to this work and treating gender dysphoria, only to have it not just politicized, but made into satire at the expense of, in my opinion, trans people and especially black people in this situation. Like, especially black women. I don't know. I'm not speaking for black women, but I'm just like, oh, okay, another time black women are dragged into something, especially trans-related. Like, I don't know. Just my opinion. Let's also not forget that gender dysphoria is so heavily politicized right now that it is genuinely creating devastating impacts for trans people, trans people's families, loved ones, people who love trans people. Like, I'm in Ohio specifically, and we have laws around gender affirming care and diagnosing and treating gender dysphoria, and you are not allowed to do that for a young person without explicit parental consent, conflated as though it is literally a self-harm threat to their life. And truth be told, it can be really dangerous to carry a diagnosis of gender dysphoria with you. We have providers that, are gonna see your My Chart and they're like, I'm transphobic and I don't wanna treat you. Your insurance, right, could deny pretty much anything and everything, especially if we're billing for gender dysphoria diagnosis.
These people are sick, man. I can't listen to any more of this. This is ridiculous. I mean, these are some of the softest people in the country. Seriously. They're some of the softest people in the country. Even if this is satire, you shouldn't be this butthurt about it. Seriously. You shouldn't be this butthurt about it. But that's who these people are, and that's what they are very, very quick, to get out here and complain and cry and moan because, I'm like, man, y'all too daggone sensitive. Y'all too sensitive. And again, who makes these rules? And there is a way that a person can darken themselves. There is a way that a person can, get some melanin injected or whatever, melanin injections or something, and, turn themselves darker skinned. There are ways to go about doing this. And just because there's been studies around the Decepticon aspect of things doesn't mean that maybe it's time to do some studies, on, the race aspect of things. This is crazy, man. But this young lady, she fires back at these folks.
Transracial black women like myself.
I usually don't make response videos to women because patriarchy.
And I usually don't respond to trans race-phobic misogynistic men such as yourself because as a transracial black woman, I try to protect my peace and block out TREF bigotry, transracial exclusionary feminism. But you made an entire video about me and then blocked me before I could even respond. So you're silencing a black woman in 2026. Really, Barrett? Considering the amount of misinformation and blatant trans race phobia in your video, I think this needs to be addressed.
While you're making fun of trans people and being racist.
Barrett, I really recommend you listen to your friend Drew's discussion about how she believes that trans women can have a deeper, more beautiful understanding of womanhood than cisgender women. That's actually what inspired me to speak up about my own experience as a transracial black woman, how my understanding of blackness can be more beautiful than the experiences of cis black women. I'm not making fun of anyone's race. I am a black woman. And the fact that you look at me and decide that I can't possibly be black because of my physical characteristics is exactly the kind of trans race phobia I was talking about.
There is an ongoing epidemic of black people being, and it is not funny to get on here and make light of anyone's race.
You then start to show completely unrelated tragic cases involving black people, which have absolutely nothing to do with the argument that I made. So you are putting an emotionally devastating subject next to my video and acting as though its seriousness somehow refuted what I said, because you don't actually have an argument as for why my identity as a transracial black woman is invalid. This is a straw man, but you accuse me of doing that. Guess what? It doesn't make your position stronger. It just makes your trans race phobia more emotionally manipulative.
It doesn't have to be this way. Anyways, if you're new here, welcome to the Love Army. Much love, y'all.
Love Army? There is nothing loving about invalidating a black woman's identity and perpetuating trans race bigotry. I really encourage you to unpack your prejudice, to educate yourself, and to do better. Never interrupt a black woman when she is speaking again.
Yo, this is crazy. The fact that that is a thing in 2026 amongst these liberals, never interrupt a black woman, don't disrespect, how about we just don't disrespect people in general? How about that? But liberals are crazy. They really are. And they have come out and they have said things, and this young lady is saying the exact same things that they have said in reference to the Decepticon folk, and she's using their language essentially against them. So if she's crazy and she's wrong for saying these things, what are you guys then? I cannot believe this is 2026 and these are the types of conversations that are happening on social media in this day and age. Lord help us, please. Please, Lord help us. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. I appreciate you guys supporting what we're doing over here. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.